In 2013, I started my career with law enforcement. I started with the San Diego County Sheriff's Department as a dispatcher. Through my training there, I went on some ride-alongs out in the field with the deputies, and I decided that the better place for me to serve my community was in the field. I went through a 6-month law enforcement academy, worked in the jails for about 2.5 years, patrolled Lemon Grove, and after 4.5 years there, I studied hard and put in to be an area detective. I was selected to be a detective at the Poway station. I was extremely excited, went around telling everybody how excited I was, and my excitement was met with hesitation from others. I worked for about 3 months with this specific sergeant until another sergeant intervened and started an internal affairs investigation. Then I applied for a position with child abuse, and through litigation learned that I was the #1 candidate on the child abuse list. And then I was denied that position and put in for a position with the elder abuse unit, to which I was also denied, and later learned that the commander said something to the effect of, "I will not have that problem," referring to me, in his unit. That was the moment I knew that my career was over in law enforcement. So I had contacted a different lawyer. I didn't really know what I was doing at the time. I was with those lawyers for approximately 1 year, and we were essentially faced with settling, which I didn't feel was right, as I had never been deposed and never given a chance to share my story. I went to a Reiki healing session where I learned about John Gomez from the healer, and I reached out to him. My experience with Gomez trial attorneys was night and day different from my previous attorneys. Once I switched to Gomez trial attorneys, the moment I spoke with John on the phone, I'll never forget, he was at home. I thought it was a cat in the background until he said, "My daughter is very interested in the case as well." And moving forward, I was treated with the same respect by every single lawyer, every single employee that works at Gomez trial attorneys, whether it was the lady at the front desk, somebody on the phone, or the attorneys themselves, invested all of their time into my case. And at moments I felt that they knew more about the case than what I knew, because they had taken the initiative to deep dive into every aspect and layer of the case. The main thing that stood out is there was always more conversation than what was about the case. They asked about my personal life. They remembered things about my personal life. At one point we went to yoga class together. So they made the case feel like a human interaction rather than a business transaction. I would hands down recommend Gomez trial attorneys to my friends and family. They all provided me with their personal cell phones. I could call them, I could ask questions. They kept me informed about the case. There was always updates whenever I felt uneasy or scared about upcoming depositions. They always provided reassurance. They were there with me every step of the way, and they never failed.